Hello, students, and welcome to this module all about railroads, agriculture, industry, and mining. Our big essential question for this is, how did the Utah Territory develop after 1860? So that's the year we are in our timeline. And what was the impact on various groups in this region? This comes from a module on Canvas. Let me show you what that looks like. This is our third module we've done online. And right here it says railroads, agriculture, industry, and mining. Here's our essential question. Right here is where I'll put a tab for the videos. I'm currently going through these slides. The next thing you'll have is a reading. Then you'll have an assignment and you'll end with a quiz. So let's go back to the slides so I can go over some of that information. Okay, number one, big deal, we start getting a railroad. Think about this. Imagine those Mormon pioneers that you read about a couple weeks ago. They did not get to hop on a train and travel to Utah. They didn't get to get in a plane or a car. They hopped on horses and they walked. So for the first time ever, we have this really exciting new way of transporting our people and goods and services all around the continent. So we call it a transcontinental railroad. This happens after the Civil War because the nation wanted to unite the people. So they build the Transcontinental Railroad, and it is so much faster and more convenient. You could even transport heavy metals and tools to and from the mines. It's going to bring an influx of immigration. A lot of Chinese railroad workers come and they start building communities like Chinatown in Utah. Please notice this word communities. This unit focuses a lot on towns and communities that come because of things like the railroad, agriculture, mining. Speaking of agriculture, it means farming. Okay, so we're starting to get a lot more technology and tools to build more advanced farms. Trains brought minerals and manufactured goods to buyers outside of Utah. Business begins to grow because they're sending their goods to and from, so they're making more money off of what they can grow and sell. Utah sends large amounts of wheat and fruits to people in other parts of the country. Goods came by rail, making them, cheaper, and that created competition. The third thing we're focusing on is mining. Over here to the side, we'll see a map of Utah mining towns. We have things like gold, silver, copper, lead, zinc, and coal all over Utah, including way down here. After the Civil War, mining becomes very important. Railroads could transport those minerals and create a lot of business and money. As businesses grew, because of the money that was made in mines, we start getting these towns and these communities built near places like the Bingham Canyon Mine and Park City. It's not an easy job. It's quite dangerous. You're constantly worried about things like falling down elevator shafts, being hit by falling rocks, a tunnel collapse, being trapped, lung disease from the dust. The life of a miner was not very easy. This poster here represents this group that was living in Utah and is now going to be displaced. It's an advertisement for land for Native Americans. You can get a home of your own, find lands in the West, lands like Utah, agricultural dry farming. Remember, agriculture is about your farming. They're going to sell land that had once belonged to these Native Americans. In fact, here's another advertisement here. Lands for the landless, homes for the homeless, millions of acres almost donated to the brave pioneers of the world by the generous government of America. What do you think this advertisement means? How is this advertisement and this advertisement going to affect the Native Americans already living in those areas? Another question to think about is, how is mining, how is agriculture, and how is the railroad going to change Utah? Back to our essential question, how are those things going to change the groups that are already living in that area? How is the Utah Territory developing? What's going to change? Those are some really important questions you can answer as you do these slides and the reading.